All right, everyone, welcome back to the Arizona Cardinals franchise. It is week 13, and we are coming off of a 27-20 win over the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we are headed to Tampa Bay to play the Bucks. And they are 7-4. We are 6-5. So this is an important game. For wild card standings because Falcons are only a game behind the Bucks, so they could take the division here. Still in the cards for sure. We are 11 seed right now. We'll see how that goes. It is, I guess, Thanksgiving week. Um, Aside from that, we do have a playoff picture available. NFC side, see the Giants for the Voodoo are in currently projected to win their division, but we'll see. First things first, we have to look at our scouting focused players here. There are a handful of guys on my board, 141 of them. I haven't narrowed anyone down yet, so this is just all from like the base guys I added based on what I feel we might need or want to look at. We're obviously not going to look at quarterbacks for this purpose, right? The day three guys are just for potential depth backup guy, whatever. Running back, kind of the same deal, more of a depth option. I think I added these two quarterbacks for some reason. I don't know why, but it's fine. Receivers, an option for sure. I like Marvin Harrison a lot, obviously, and I do like Mike Wilson, but I think I might like him more as a receiver 3, slot option primarily, and then maybe having a speedy guy out on the other side. So that's possible, but again, not the biggest need. I would say O-line's a pretty important position to look at, although we already have a lot of scouting on it. As you see, we've got 2 round 1 projections that are second to third round players. Although there's some solid guys down the board. Ooh, undrafted. Yeah, he's off my board for sure. Oh, no, not like that. We'll have to do that in the normal screen. No, but the tackles, at least, we're already looking enough at them. Center, maybe we look at Dimitri Whitfield here. Maybe Blaylock, possibly. But not the guards. The guards are kind of weaker this year. D tackle, we're really again just looking more for depth at this point. We like Walter Nolan a lot, and we do like Darius Alexander, hoping he can develop into being a nice number 2 option. And we're not looking at edge rusher at all, even though we could look to get maybe like a true one, because Sweat isn't really that. Just we have way too much depth to really throw some more picks at a position that we're pretty okay at. Off-ball linebacker, we could use some help. Definitely looking at some of these guys. I would say, though, corner is another big need. I love Will Johnson as an option. But outside of him, it's Garrett Williams, who's fine, and Max Melton, Starling Thomas V, who I'm not re-signing. It's not the best group. I would love another guy in here to really make this easier for Will Johnson. And then safety depends on how Jalen Thompson regresses. I'd say we're gonna use these on linebackers though, because I like Mac Wilson, and Cody Simon's definitely developing, but I think we can definitely improve there. So we'll use it on the 2 first round wills that are first, second round wills, and then we'll use it on one of these corners. Depends on which one I feel least sure about, I guess, right now. So Kitchens we know very little about. You know, tiny bit about Devin Barber and Silas. Conley we don't need. I would say probably the first round guy, Donnell Kitchens, will be the last of the three. So we'll do that. That looks fine to me. We got an upgrade here. Let's see who it is. It's probably Trey Benson. Yes, it is. He is now a superstar dev because of last game, which is very exciting. And right now he has tireless runner. So he's effective at recovering from attempted tackles regardless of their stamina. So that's nice. And I will say I'm not really interested in changing the abilities, even though we have the ability to. I don't like doing that. I kind of like keeping the natural stuff on, you know. I don't want to have a ton of input on certain things to make it more of a challenge / realistic, because, you know, in real life you're not like, hey, you have this trait, you are better at something or other, right? He does get a second ability for recoup, which will be nice. Aside from that, we got the weekly strategy. We'll get that set up really quickly. I'm still gonna keep this read blockchain on, but depending on how the rest of the season starts looking, I'm probably gonna start wanting to put some scout stuff on, because these are 5 to 6 week things for most of them, and if we're not really looking like a playoff team, then might make sense to focus more on scouting in the back end of the season here versus not. And we completely are just losing the QB run play sheet, which is interesting considering I feel like we didn't downgrade, considering we had 3 rushing touchdowns last week, or 2 rushing touchdowns. But I am wondering, do we maybe change it up? Do we go with something else? No, let's keep the QB runs on. I think using Kyler's legs is a very big part of our offense, and I think it should be, considering he has that ability. And we are just going to go full pads here and see what happens. Hopefully no significant injuries. And we are good on offense. Defense, we are not good, though. Buda Baker out with a PCL sprain. That's going to be a really big one. And then Jordan Birch, who is our rookie edge, who hasn't really played because we are starting Baron Browning over him. He has a broken finger, so not ideal. So at strong safety this week, it's gonna be, isn't it Hall? Yeah, it's Darren Hall starting at strong safety. That is not great. And Dadrian Taylor Demerson's gonna also help out a bit. That's gonna be a bit of a challenge here, especially against a Bucs team that likes to throw it a lot. We need safety help, and you know, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Emeka Egbuka might be a problem. Another Trey Benson upgrade here. He's playing up to an 85, which is really nice. We might have to start having a conversation of maybe giving him more playing time over James Conner. But as of now, I'm going to try to keep it a 60-40 split maybe between him and Conner. Cody Simon, probably, honestly, just do field general. I think he needs more block shedding more than anything. Gets a little bit of everything that I really want to get for a linebacker. And then DJ Dallas, our fourth running back. Yeah, he hasn't touched the field since that one fumble, so it's safe to say he's only on the team because I didn't want to have to take the cap penalty. So, yeah, he'll be gone as soon as possible. But sadly, it's not now. And here we are, weekly recap. We get a look at our last week's game. And here is the goal line third touchdown for Trey Benson, diving in to get his superstar dev 27-20 win over the John Wolford Jaguars. No Trevor Lawrence. And here's the Lions. Giants, 7-4 Giants, 6-4 Lions. Big game in the NFC. And Dart taking a deep shot. We already saw this, didn't we? We did. So I might end up just cutting this out. Unless the next one is new. We will see. But that was a shootout. Giants looking pretty good. And we get Cowboys, Eagles. 5-5 Eagles, 7-3 Cowboys. A big game in the NFC East. Hurts hands it off to Saquon Barkley, and he's just going to nice spin move, break and attack off to Ron Bland, and takes it in for a touchdown. They win 31-28 over the Cowboys in a close one. Eagles staying alive in this division, 6-5 now for the Eagles, 7-4 for the Cowboys. And we're just going to head right into the game now. Headed to Tampa Bay versus the Buccaneers. And here we are, Raymond James Stadium. Here comes the Buccaneers. Crowd seems hyped today. Obviously, big game. 7-4 Bucs versus 6-5 Cardinals, with a lot of playoff implications here. Bucs looking to keep the lead of the NFC South. Cardinals looking to fight for a playoff spot as they are sitting firmly outside of the playoffs, but they have a chance to make it in. And you know what? I'm going to tell you right now, I already forgot to change this. So I'm going to do it ahead of time. But I think we're officially going to keep Trey Benson out of the return game, because I'm going to work in more Trey Benson in the run game on offense. So what I meant to also look at was their depth chart. So they do have Baker Mayfield healthy. He's pretty damn good right now, 91 overall. Although they are missing two running backs, Bucky Irving and Rachaad White, both out this week. So they only have two guys on the roster, Jace McClellan and Jacob Johnson, their fullback. So run game is definitely not going to be anything to worry about. But where I am going to worry is their passing game. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Emeka Egbuka, and Jalen McMillan, all very good. Even you go further down, they have some solid depth, but we're really going to have to focus on this trio of receivers here. Cade Otton's also a serviceable tight end, could end up beating us pretty badly. And they also are missing Tristan Wirfs, their best lineman. That's a rough one. So Charlie Heck's going to be starting at left tackle. Ben Bredesen starting at left guard. Isaiah Wynn is out. This Buccaneers team is dealing with a lot of injuries on offense right now. Graham Barton starting at center. Cody Mock at right guard. And then Luke Gadecki at right tackle. Defensively, they have Hassan Reddick at edge, along with Yaya Diaby. In the middle, they got Vita Vea and Travis Jones. It's going to be tough to run on this defense up the middle. At Sam linebacker, they're starting Savosha Dennis. They got Levante David here still, along with Deion Jones. And at the will spot, they're starting Anthony Walker Jr. At corners, Jamel Dean, Zion McCollum, Ben Morrison, the rookie, Jacob Parrish, the rookie, also here. They have a solid corner group here. And Antoine Winfield Jr. at free safety, Tyke Smith at strong safety, Chase McLaughlin at kicker, Riley Dixon at punter. So, obviously, the offensive injuries are going to cause some issues here. But otherwise, this team looks pretty damn good. Especially defensively, they have some really good players. Here comes Baker Mayfield. So far, 2,600 yards, 67 completion percentage, 26 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions. And no running backs really on the roster today. McClellan in a really interesting situation here, looking to be the lead back for the Bucs right now. And they're going to give him a handoff, and he's not going to get anything. Loss of a yard, Garrett Williams on the play. I mean, you'd have to imagine they're going to not look to run the ball too much. They're not going to want to be super one-dimensional, but I mean, they only have one running back on the roster, like I said. So I think they're going to look to pass it a lot, and that's just where their strength is normally anyways, so it wouldn't be shocking. And they're going to go out to Emeka Egbuka for a gain of 9. And it's sad to say, but I think they absolutely could beat us solely with a pass game only. Like, it wouldn't shock me at all. And they're going past. He's looking. Baker running himself. Takes a shot. Holy Jesus. He took a big hit. But holds on to the football. He's a tough guy. You know, Baker's not afraid to take those hits. Sometimes he wants those hits, which is a little concerning. Here's McClellan getting a run outside to the right side. Finding space to the 46. And that's a big play there. And could end up being a play that really forces us to play a little bit more, what's the word? More, I guess, with more care for the run game. But they do go play action there. Gain of 1, O'Keefe. But if they can get some successful run plays, they'll definitely make us be a little bit more aware that the run game is potentially something that could beat us. Only 2 yards there. But we definitely don't want that to happen, because we don't want to let a running back who's really is their third running back, and he wouldn't even be on our roster based on overall. It's going to be intercepted. Baker Mayfield threw it right to Garrett Williams. Tried to go to Emeka Egbuka, but he did not see Williams there underneath. And we take the ball away for Baker's 8th interception on the season. We get the ball at the 35 here. See if we can put together some sort of drive. We're going to hand this one off. James Conner with blocking ahead of him. Breaking a tackle. It's 7 to start off. 2nd and 3. From the 41. Motioning Wilson. This one's going to be RPO quick. Marvin Harrison finding a catch to the 47 on the other side of the 50. Let's go ahead and bring in Trey Benson after this play. And the first down handoff. Connor fighting for yards, gets 5. Second and 5. Trey Benson is in the game in a bunch formation. And play action here. He's going to go out to Tucker and Tucker. Tucker McBride is not a person. It's Trey McBride. He makes the play. First down. As we roll out the offense once again. And Benson going to take this one. Breaking a tackle. Gets 3. Sets us up for a 2nd and 7. I'm going to run this play still, but No read option. Kyler with blocks ahead of him. Marvin Harrison with the block. And just able to get him down is Tyke Smith. I was hoping we would have had that block longer from Marvin, but that's all right. That was a great play from Tyke Smith. We're going to get, not DJ Dallas. We're going to get Connor in after this play. First down 10, play action pass here. Josiah DeGuara is open. Touchdown, Josiah DeGuara. I don't think he can do that in real life, but he does it there. And we get some points on the board. 7-0 Cardinals. After a Garrett Williams interception and a Kyler Murray pass to Josiah DeGuara. So we'll see how the Bucs offense can respond here. So it didn't seem like their defense had much of an answer for the Cardinals offense. Here's Benjamin Morrison, the rookie corner, returning a big hit from Owen Papo. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, their passing attack has the potential to be a game-breaking group, but obviously the interceptions are really tough to throw, and there's going to be a play action going out to Kokieft. He has a fun name, Kokieft. 2nd and 5 from the 30. Mayfield tossing this one out to McClellan. Finding blockers, getting a big run, stiff arming. First down to the 43, and that's Hall, by the way. That is Hall on the tackle. Well, he got stiff armed at the end, I should say. He's going to be a very important piece to keep an eye on. He's starting for Budda Baker, who is out today. Oh, and here's going to be what the hell? A Baker Mayfield run, I guess. Maybe a little bit of a botched snap there. Baker just ran forward for 2 yards, we'll say. Motioning Otten. Looking pass, finding Otten. And he's going to get 2 yards. Third and 6 here. It's going to be tough matchups here across the board at corner. 3rd and 6. Baker looking for something. Getting pressured and sacked. It's Josh Sweat on the play. And is that Walter Nolan who's down? Oh, no. That is not good. Our star rookie D tackle goes down on the play. He has been so good all season long. Why is Dixon wearing 92 as a punter? I don't know. I hate it. But they're going to punt it. DeMarcado back there to return. And he's going to have some space to work with. Gets to the 23. Hip bursitis. He'll be okay. We're not going to rush him back, though. We really don't want to, just rush him back. Yeah, there's not much else to say about it. We just want him to be as healthy as we can have him, because he's so good, and we don't want to stunt his growth. And that's going to be great play from the defensive end. I think that was Yaya Diaby or Hassan Reddick. I think it was Diaby, though. Put pressure on Kyler. We were able to evade, but we couldn't make the throw to Zay Jones. Looking pass now, and that was risky. Now we're getting into a weird spot where I'm throwing risky throws, but it's gonna be incomplete. Luckily, not intercepted. 7-0 as we go into the second quarter. 3rd and 10 for the Cardinals offense. And we're seeing if we can continue this drive, put up some more points. Say the Bucs defense looking much better this drive than they did last drive. I mean, we're looking for something. There's really not anything open. We're going to find 14. It's Michael Wilson on the play after playmakering. Nice play from the receiver who had a really solid week last week as well. He's been having a solid season as of late. And here's going to be a handoff. Connor with some blocks ahead of him. James Conner gets the 44. Now, he doesn't have the breakaway speed to make that a touchdown, but made a great play there. But here is Trey Benson, the guy who does have the breakaway speed to make that play potentially a touchdown. And we're getting pressured immediately. Have to throw it. Just can't hit the throw to Wilson there. Again, great pressure from Yaya Diaby. So that's twice now. He's absolutely disrupted a play, and we're going to get pressured again. Try to go screen to the tight end, McBride. They were ready for it, and we just threw it away. 3rd and 10. Going 5 wide. This pass rush is proving itself to be pretty effective today. And we are looking for a pass here, somebody to get open. It's going to be just Trey Benson over the middle. Diaby in coverage is just not what you want to see. Trey Benson makes the big play. Big first down. First down from the 19. Very interesting. Going out to Mike Wilson. It ends up being double covered there. Yaya Diaby's in coverage too. What the hell is going on over there? What is happening? Why is Yaya Diaby on every play, everywhere? So we hand off Trey Benson again. Only gets a yard. 3rd down and 9. From the 18, James Conner back in the backfield. All right, motioning. Looks like zone maybe. It is, and we're going to throw it across the middle. Just can't hit it. Zay Jones, the intended receiver. We're going to have to take 3. 35-yarder from the right hash with some wins. But Ryland makes that one look easy. 10-0. Buccaneers get the ball back here. A little over 7 minutes to play in the half. Benjamin Morrison on the return. And he's taking another shot. That's the 2nd time today on the return. He is taking a big hit. Todd Bowles talking to McClellan here. Telling him keep his head up. And keep putting some good runs on the board here. So they have a lot of trust in him. Obviously not bringing in another running back with Bucky Irving and Rashad White being hurt. They have a lot of trust that he can be the lead back and stay healthy. So that says a lot about how they feel about him. It's 2nd down and 10 from the 24 after a no gain run there. Finding a man, just overthrew Otten. He was open though. Sets up a 3rd and 10. 3 receivers to the left. And McClellan, he's just going to run it himself. Baker taking hits. Gets 7. And they're going to punt. Another punt from Riley Dixon. And this one going to be returned. DeMarcado here with some space to work with. DeMarcado gets to the 41. Shiloh Sanders on the play. All right. So far, the Bucs offense hasn't actually been able to put much together. First down, handoff. James Conner with blocks ahead of him. James Conner, big play. Down the field to the 32. Big run. Love to see that. First and 10 from the 32, not 1st and 32. That'd be bad. This one's going to be a read option. Kyler keeping it. Spinning, finding some room. Gets close to the first down. It's going to be 2nd and inches. From the 22 now. And it's going to be, that was not a, I didn't like that play very much for me. It was supposed to be a QB draw, whatever, RPO thing. Did not work very well for me. 3rd and inches from the 22. It's going to be handoff. Conner gets it. Gain of 2. Keeps the drive moving. We are going to get Trey Benson in. Conner looks a little bit tired here. First down from the 20. Play action. But Yaya Diaby, man, he has been absolutely all over. The play action's going his way. The rollout's going his way. He's been everywhere. Yeah, he's been really good today. Their best defensive player so far in this game. 2nd and 19 from the 20 now. We're looking for someone to get open slightly. Just can't hit the throw to Mike Wilson. There's an injury. And that's going to be Jonah Williams, I believe. No, that is Aaron, not Aaron Hernandez. Oh, my God. Will Hernandez. And that's not great to see either. It's going to be 3rd and 19 from the 29 now. And we're looking for somebody. Someone get open. We're just going to run with Kyler. Kyler getting close. It's 4th and 1. Ankle bruise. I don't know. We'll do the heavy ankle spat for Hernandez. They're saying go for a field goal. I'm saying let's take our chances. Let's go for it. Let's line up. Goal line. QB sneak. 4th and 1. They're not ready for it at all. Like whatsoever. And there it is. Easy first down. They were just not ready for it. Like I said. We're keeping the drive moving here. 1st and goal from the 9. I'm going to put James Conner back in here after this play. This one's going to be a Kyler Murray run. Kyler juking back inside. Yahya Diaby, of course, on the play. Gain of 7. 2nd and goal from the 2. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning there. We're up 10-0. But we're looking to score again here. They beach him in at tight end. Here's a run. But Vita Vea all over it. Along with Anthony Walker. It's a loss in the play. And the Bucs actually take a timeout. They don't want us to run the clock down and give them less time to work with. So makes sense. 3rd and goal from the 4 now. It's going to be Marvin Harrison in the end zone. Can't bring it in. Just drop that one. And now we're going to take a field goal. I may have pressed that too early, but we were close enough to where the accuracy was not that important. So we're up 13-0. Bucs get a chance here to put some points on the board before halftime. And we do get the ball in the 3rd quarter. Start of the 3rd quarter, so that would be obviously ideal for them to get some points up before halftime. There's Tez Johnson on the return for the 26. Minute 42, 2 timeouts, plenty of time to make something happen here. Let's see if they can find something. Welch Nolan is back in the game. There's going to be a quick one. Mike Evans for his first catch of the game to the 38. That's a first down. Don't hurry up here. Minute 30 to go now. And he's going to go out to McCollum there. And he's just going to lose a yard, actually. Thompson on the tackle. Go and hurry up once again. 2nd and 11. Going quick. Egbuka. He's going to get 10. And they're going to take another timeout. Their 2nd. So 3rd and 1. From the 47. And looking for something. It's going to be right over the head of Mac Wilson. Cade Otton makes the play. That was a really nice throw from Baker. Minute and counting now left in the game. Looking throw. It's going to be broken up a little bit behind Mike Evans. Max Melton with the deflection on the play. 2nd down and 10. From the 41. Receiver sack to the left, motioning Godwin to the right side. And he's going to throw it, almost intercepted again. That one would have been Max Wilson. Or Mac Wilson. I'm just saying names now that don't exist. Try to get that one there. Not quite. We're going zone. I don't like Mac Wilson versus Chris Godwin. That feels like a bad matchup. K-Dot in motion, trying to figure out what the defense is. And it's going to be a catch. Ibuka with the play. First down. To the 22. 30 seconds and counting. They have one timeout left. Still waiting on that one. Going to throw it quick. Ibuka again. No timeout yet. Very interesting. They're hurrying up. Under 20 seconds to go now. Have to imagine they're going to take some sort of shot here. They're going to take a chunk play. Baker trying to run it himself. Fumbles it at the goal line. It's still up. Walter Nolan picks it up finally. Wow. What an insane turn of events that was. There's a lot that happened there. Baker just kept moving. Broke one tackle from Will Johnson. Took a shot there. It looks like it was Jalen Thompson who got a hand on it. Ball came out. And then it just kept getting kicked around. Could have been a touchdown, but Walter Nolan luckily was able to accidentally bat it and then pick it up. That's a really huge play going into halftime to lose the football there for Baker after being so close to scoring. Losing points there, not even able to put up anything as we go into halftime up 13-0 and we get the ball after halftime. Could prove to be a really costly fumble from Baker. But I mean, you gotta love the fight, but sometimes you gotta just go down, take the time out, fight to live another down. But sometimes that's the hero ball that Baker likes to play. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's the case if it's not working. But we got Chicago Bears 2-9, Eagles 6-5. Here's Saquon on a run. Nice little jukes. Nice little jukes there. And Eagles win pretty easily, 38-20 over the Bears. Bengals, Ravens. Bengals 4-7, Ravens 8-3. And it's going to be a handoff. This is Keaton Mitchell, if I'm not mistaken, juking out some players and gets the touchdown. They win 27-26 in a close one. Looks familiar to Niners Cardinals games. Here's a big one. Chiefs 10-1, Cowboys 7-4. Two playoff teams going head to head. Here's Mahomes, play action, drifting right, looking deep, throws a strike down the middle. Rashee Rice, and they keep the streak alive. Nice spin move, 30-24. Chiefs are 11-1. Cowboys fall to 7-5. And yeah, that Chiefs team is dangerous, man. They are a problem. They are a big problem. But so far today, our game is going about as well as we'd like it to. I don't know why they're showing an incomplete ball out of bounds, but obviously we have the interception, we have the forced fumble and recovery at the end of the half there. 2 turnovers. They're showing that again, the incompletion. We're running the ball well. Kyler's had some trouble connecting on passes, but you know, we hold them to 0 points. So that's really what we want to see here as we start with the ball in the second half. And it's going to be a Kytrell Clark return this time. And he's going to have a lot of space. He's breaking a tackle. Kytrell Clark. Kytrell Clark, look at him go. The corner makes a big return to the 21. A huge play, and that's Paris Johnson down on the play. Why is he out there on special teams? I don't understand that. That's a big one. Kelvin Beachum in at tackle for him, but big return for Kytrell Clark. Great play. Here's James Conner on the run. Takes a shot from Antoine Winfield, but he does get the first down. A foot contusion. Not going to rush Paris Johnson back. He's an important piece of this defense of this team. He's really important. Best player on the offense, probably. Him or Trey McBride. And we're just going to get open man. It just can't connect. Kyler missing the throw. Having struggles there today. 2nd down and 10 now. I mean, no one's open. Kyler takes a sack. Larry Ogunjobi with the sack on the play. Just no one got open there. 3rd and 16 here. Going Marvin Harrison, one-on-one, can't bring it in. Zion McCollum on the play. So Bucs defense holds off our offense from really doing anything. We got a total of 4 yards on that, off of that drive offensively. Just a great return, set us up in field goal range, and that's really all that happens. So now it's still a 2-score game. Bucs get the ball back, and they have a chance to use this as momentum. Get their offense going, put some points on the board. Here's Tez Johnson. Gets to the 24. Let's see what their game plan is here. How much they're going to run the football, how much they're going to incorporate the column. They're going to go run or pass here. I'm just saying the wrong things a lot now. It's Aguka. Big play. Gain of 16. He has 5 for 58 on the day. Much like real life, kind of just taking away all the targets from the other two. And here's going to be a McCollum run. Big hit. I'm literally just not able to speak English correctly right now. But huge hit for Mac Wilson is what I was going to say, essentially. 2nd and 7 from the 43. Motioning Otten. Looking for something that's going to be play action. Finds Mike Evans on a slant across the middle. Nice gain to the other 35. All right. 1st down from the 35. It's going to be a handoff. McClellan trying to get something. Nothing there. 2nd and 10 from the 35. Baker takes the snap, gets a quick one. Mike Evans holds on, gain of 7. So 2nd and 3, or sorry, 3rd and 3. It's big down here. And that's going to be a quick one out to Mike Evans, who gets enough for the first. Gets out of bounds to the 20. Some nice, smart football plays here from Baker. Just taking whoever's open, not forcing football to anybody. Here's going to be a play. It's a screen. It's out to McKellen. He's got some space. Gets a 1st down. Gain of 13 there. McClellan with a nice play. And he has been definitely overperforming what I expected from him. 1st and goal. Looking pass, it's wide open. Cade Otten touchdown. Probably not the best play call on my ends. They're going to go for 2. Obviously down 16-6 right now. They want to make this a 1-score game with the 2-point conversion. Looking throw, it's open. Chris Godwin gets it. 16-8. Buccaneers offense looking pretty good right now. Well-oiled machine. Kytrell Clark with the return again. Had a great return last drive. This time only gets to the 30. So now we got to see what we can do offensively. Obviously had a rough start. Couldn't really do anything last drive. Looking pass here. Going quick. Tip Ryman can't bring it in. That's a great play from Deion Jones. Ripped that one out before the catch could be fully made. Ends up a 2nd and 10. And this one, read option. Kyler keeping it. Blocks ahead of him. Spinning the wrong way. Antoine Winfield with the tackle. The 1st down to the 43. Kyler, 6 for 73 on the game today. He has been the most efficient runner for us offensively. First down. And 10 from the 43. Looking pass here. Looking for somebody to get open. It's going to be Zay Jones over the middle to the other 43. Nice play. New set of downs from the 43 now. Tyler takes the snap. It's a pass. Going quick. Marvin Harrison with the block. It's Trey McBride. Got some space, and he's fighting down to the 13. Nice play. Jordan Poyer, former Bill, on the tackle. Sometimes I just need to take those quick, short completions because we have a lot of incompletions with Kyler this game. Some of it are drops, but you got to just be able to make some throws. And it's going to be Mike Wilson with a quick one, gain of 4. 2nd and 6. Benson still on the field here. It's going to be a handoff. Benson getting 3. So 3rd and 3. And this one going out to Trey Benson, but just couldn't connect. Kyler just overthrew it. And we're going to take 3 here, make this a 2-score game. And Chad Ryland knocks it through, 19-8. Not ideal, obviously, but just Kyler missing some throws again. The easy ones are what kill me, right? You know, that shouldn't be a throw you miss, but it happens sometimes, I guess. But Tez Johnson only gets to the 22. Owen Papo on the tackle. Of course, I mean, you see a lot of Todd Bowles talking to Chase McClellan today. Really wants to make sure, hey, bud, we still believe in you, man. Doesn't matter. You're making some good plays. Doesn't matter if you have some bad ones. You're making good plays. And he's just trying to instill a confidence into McClellan to believe that he can, in fact, be the lead back here right now. And there's going to be a gain of 7. Obviously, fighting hard still. Giving this offense some variety and some dimensions. You don't want to be a one-dimension team just throwing the football because then you're a little bit easy to predict. And they're going to go throw here. Otten, first down to the 37. And that's kind of what we're struggling with right now is trying to figure out what are they doing on offense. We're bringing blitzes now because of the run. But with that happening, Baker has enough time to get a quick throw out to an open man. And that's going to bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. 19-8. Buccaneers driving. Looking for some points again. See if they can get them. First down from the 17. Sorry, not 17, 37. I don't know what I'm saying. There's going to be open man. It's going to be Mike Evans. Open. Cover 2 failing me again. He gets the play there. Big play to the other 36 now. Flip the field. Baker. 9.5 minutes to go. Looking pass here. Just going to go deep down the middle. It's Godwin with the catch. Down to the 4-yard line. And this team has a spark right now, and they are driving. Nothing is stopping them currently. Here's going to be a pass. Throwing it out to McCollum in the backfield. Can't make a play. Mac Wilson on the tackle. That counts as a rush, I guess. McClellan. And 2nd and goal from the 9. Second goal from the 8, I should say. Be a quick one, slant, like Evans down to the 1. Those are the tough ones. You know, that's a tough matchup for Will Johnson. We just don't have the corner to match up well against Mike Evans. 3rd and goal from the 1. McClellan gets the handoff. Cody Simon's all over it, loss of 4. They're going to take 3 here. And what that does is that puts them down by 8 again. So 1-score game. It's a tough call, right? They needed a field goal if they wanted to tie it anyways, but personally, fourth and goal from the 5 with your passing offense. Personally, I would go for it, but that's a tough call. DeMarcado with the return to the 30. So we're trying to now, with only 7 minutes left, trying to run this clock down. And this one's going to be a handoff. Benson with the speed. Look at Benson go, and he's gone. No one's catching him. Trey Benson, 70-yard touchdown. Wow. And that could be the dagger, depending on what the Bucs can do offensively. Down 15 now. One play, 70 yards. Insane run for Trey. I wasn't even trying to score there, obviously. I was trying to just run the clock a bit, get some chunks. That was it. Here's return Ben Morrison, trying to set up the offense with some field position. There's a start at the 27. We'll see. I mean, having no Budda Baker against this Bucs offense is really showing some problems because Derek Hall, I think it's his name, right? He has to cover one-on-one sometimes. That's going to be a great play. Jalen McMillan. That's a great route from Scarrett Williams, our best corner. Supposedly our best corner. I would say Will Johnson's better, but it's debatable. Here's going to be play action. I don't know why I fell for it so much. O'Keefe, gain of 3. They ran that play earlier. 2nd and 7. From the 48. Looking pass. Gonna go short. Mike Evans gets 6. Gonna make this a 3rd and 1 here. Just outside of 5 minutes to go in the game. I don't like Cody Simon versus Ibuka, but that's gonna be what it is. It's gonna be an RPO. McMillan gets the handoff. Ton of space to work with to the 28, and there's an injury. It looks like it's Max Melton, one of our corners, down on the play. Not the worst injury. We have depth, but still sucks to see. And that does give him time. It's going to be a quick throw. This one is the fullback, Jacob Johnson, I believe is how it's pronounced, actually. Bruce Rivers will keep him out. Starling Thomas can come in and play relief. 2nd and 2. 4.5 to go. Baker motioning Ibuka to the left side. Finding Ibuka. Quick catch. 1st down. The sure hands from Ibuka. Proving to be a very good pickup in the 1st round for the Bucs here, just like in real life. 1st down from the 16 now. Throwing it short to Otten. Gain of 2. They're liking the quick game. Quick throws. Sets up a 2nd and 8. 3.5 minutes to go. Quick run for McClellan. Breaking a tackle. Down to the 8. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Want to hurry up again. They obviously want to score before the 2-minute warning. And here's going to be a pass open. Otten gets 4. 1st and goal. Going hurry up once again. It's going to find a man. It's Godwin open. Breaking a tackle down to the 1. Stepped out of bounds. God, this drive is something else right now. They're looking pretty solid. I don't know if they're going to run it or pass it here. It's going to be a pass. Looking. It's going to be a sack. Josh Sweat from behind. 3rd and goal from the 10. They're going hurry up here. I'm going to take a timeout. I don't feel like timeouts are going to really hurt them or hurt us here in that situation. So we need to get the goal line defense off the field. That's the thing. We need to be prepared for them to throw it and not run it. I don't trust our guys there. They're going to go out to Ibuka. And they're going to obviously have to go for it here. The question is, how are they going to get it in? Are they going to run it from the 5? Probably not. Probably going to be a pass. But the real question is who are they going to go to? It's going to be out to Otten, but just going to be completed at the 1. So going to turn it over on downs, which is still not ideal, but they do at least pin us back. First down, handoff, Connor fighting for 3 yards. Timeout from the Bucs. Obviously, they would really have liked a safety there. But alas, they have to use a timeout. It's going to be handoff. Benson back in the game. Loses 2. 3rd and 9 from the 2. So this is going to be a risky one. And Benson, it's going to work. And he's going to get just shy of the first. 4th and 1 from the 11. I'm not going for it because that would be risky as hell. We're going to let this one go down all the way to the 2-minute warning because they're going to have one timeout. We don't want to have them getting the 2-minute warning on offense as well. Ooh. This one is intense. Even though we're up 15 right now, it's still, down to the wire right now because they are really punishing me offensively, even only with 11 points. They've had some the turnover that's there has been the key part of why this game is the score it is. But here they go. Minute 51 on the clock, 1 timeout from the 49-yard line. They go 49 yards, quick one. Chris Godwin over the middle. Can't have too many of those. Max Bellin is back on the field, which is nice to see. You can't have too many of those quick, short throws. It's going to drain too much clock. It's too much energy. And it's going to throw almost intercepted. Will Johnson just dropped an easy interception. Oh, man. Just kind of miscommunication. Looks like the receivers bumped each other on the routes there. He's going to go deep, finds Otten on a post. Puts Baker over 300 yards on the game. Gonna go hurry up. Under a minute and a half to go now. Baker looking. Baker getting pressured. Baker running around into a sack. It's Calais Campbell, the veteran. Finally brings him down. 2nd and 15 now. Hurrying up. Minute and 10 with the ball snapped. Looking short. Ibuka breaking a tackle. Fighting for 5. Makes it 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10, under a minute to play. And pass looking over the middle. It's Mike Evans. Mike Evans getting the play to the 7. Over 100 on the day for Mike Evans. Under 50 seconds to go now. Looking to spike this one. And there it is at 42 seconds. It'll be 2nd and goal. From the 7. Baker really can't afford more plays inside the plays here. They got to get it into the end zone or out of bounds. That's going to be a touchdown. I just played a little bit too far to the right there with Hakeem Davis-Gaither. Otten with the touchdown. They're going to go for just the PAT here. Going to wait for the 2-point conversion. They can get an onside kick. They need the onside kick. If they can't get that, it's game over. 26-18. Here it is. McLaughlin kicks it and recovered easily. Greg Dortch. That is going to do it. 26-18 is your final score. Bucs made it close, made it interesting down to the end there. But that will be it. So close one, but we're gonna head to 7-5 along with the Buccaneers heading to 7-5. So if the Falcons win their game, they might take the lead of the division, and the Bucs would be behind us in wildcard standing with our head-to-head victory. But we will see. I mean, Kyler was just not able to complete a single pass, it felt like. it was really rough. But Trey Benson, great on the ground. James Conner, I mean, the run game looks fantastic. That's really what won us the game. That and defense. Defense did enough, made enough plays to hold them. But shout out to Jace McClellan, did an all right job. Will Johnson gets 3 upgrade points for what? What did he do? He got 75 tackles in a season. Gives him a big chunk of XP. So let's go ahead and upgrade his man. I'd like him to be more of a man corner. I like running more of a man defense, even though we run a ton of zone. It's more just because I don't trust my guys in man. But I like man blitzing a lot. So that's the thing. Nice little upgrades there. He does get another ability. He gets strip specialist, so that should be a little interesting. Cody Simon also gets 3 upgrade points for having 100 tackles on the season. And we will gladly just keep upgrading him. Just need to be a better overall player at the position. 4-man coverage and 2 zone is, or 1 zone. 4 man's a lot. I would love to see him be able to be a better coverage player. I mean, he's 70 man right now. Because I do have a lot of situations in a man defense where you're going to be one-on-one with a tight end or a running back, you know? Jonah Williams get pass protector upgrade here. Sure. All right. A solid win. 26-18 over the Bucks. We're on a 2-game winning streak now. Double or nothing. That is for the Trey Benson scenario. He did not get the 100 yards rushing plus a touchdown. He did get a touchdown and he had a bunch of yards, but not. It was a strong game, though. It was a good game. How much did he improve? That's a great question. A ton. He's improving every week and keeps tweaking his game. He's a top running back in this league, and he's only getting better. I think that's fair to say. Does feel like we're watching greatness. Thank you, Coach. So he gets +3 catching and whatever other stats he got there. But that's going to be it for this one. We had the 7-5. And, you know, I mean, it's still an outside shot. We could win the division. It's going to be very hard to do, but next week's a big one versus the Rams at, I actually don't know if it's at home or away. I can't remember, but they're 3-8. Every division game helps us. Obviously, the Bucks fall to 7-5. Falcons can maybe overtake them, but that is going to be it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.